Good morning and good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Evil Ted Live. Today we'll be making a Megaman X helmet today. I've been making them. I was making a pattern. I do this convention I go to every year called Aiime LA, which begins at the beginning of the year. It starts in January, and I always like to get ahead of schedule. So I always have a giveaway at my booth. I do 3 items, and I thought that'd be fun to make a Megaman X helmet. You know, sooner I started on it, people are like, "Hey, is that pattern going to be available?" I thought, well, if people are asking, maybe I should. So today we're going to make the build tutorial on how to make a Megaman X helmet. It's not much different than the Mega Man, just a couple of geometric faces and some attachments and some additional detail and a way different color scheme. So, kind of thinking, I like I don't think the color scheme's that different. I think it's just blue and light blue, just a different pattern. Anyway, I digress. That's what we'll be doing today. If you guys are watching this on my Twitch channel, again, thank you so much for your continued support on Twitch. I'm simulcasting right now on YouTube as well, but the chat is open on YouTube. So it'd be great if you guys could pop over if you want to say hello in chat, because I don't have both chats open. I can't juggle that much, so I have that chat open over on YouTube, but closed on that. So please come on over. And that's right, guys. Going Ape Costume, my dear friend Becky is going to be moderating. So people pop in, she will see you and direct you here on the wonderful YouTube live channel. Oh, you know, I just realized. Let me grab the glue's a little thick. I need some thinner. Let me grab some. I have my contact cement in a glue jar, and sometimes over time it does get a little thick. So what I do is, hold on, let me get my time depressor and some barge thinner. And I stir it up a little bit. Because of the glue pot, over time it does get a little thicker. I like the glue thick sometimes, but it does make it difficult to smear on, so I just want to thin up just a little bit. Ooh, it's still pretty thick. Hold on. Add a little more thinner. Doesn't matter what glue you have, contact cement over time will separate, so it's always good to periodically get in there and stir it up a little bit. Yeah, that's good. Get a little bit thicker. Get a little bit thinner there. There we go. That's inside. All right, yeah, there it goes. Much better. All right, good. Ooh, I'm back. Okay. Hey Kevin, what's up? I got Becky. It's Gundam. How you guys doing? Did you see the Alien ROMs? No, I'm seeing it today. Sorry, I meant to see it sooner before the stream. I apologize, but we were going to do it. But then my friend I was going to see it with was like, we both have families and we're juggling stuff. And we're like, oh crap, it'd just be easier to see it Sunday. And he said, yeah. And he goes, dude, I'll even pay for it. I'm like, done. So we're going to get together today and then go see it. There's some guys that I follow. Hey, Kathy, good morning. And I watched a couple of reviews on it, and it's pretty much what I thought the overall vibe of it is, but I'm going to keep my mouth shut until I see it because I have friends that are huge Alien fans, and they liked it. They enjoyed it. They said, is it going to like save the Alien franchise? Probably not, but it's just a good popcorn movie. But Appellon, good morning. How you doing? Welcome. Hey guys, today we're going to be making a Mega Man helmet. Oh wait, hold on guys. I saw it yesterday. Yeah, no, hold your reviews. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Thank you. Thank you. That DJ, again, thank you for the subscribe. Thank you for your support. I want to get on a rant really quickly, unless you guys know something that I don't. This whole popcorn bucket thing, it's like I have a friend who's going to the premiere, got his ticket, so he's going to see it on premiere day. He gets there and all the popcorn buckets, were sold out. I'm like, how are you sold out when it's premiere day? Like everybody gets tickets to go to the premiere to get that special first line in the seat and see the movie so you can talk about it and get a dibs on the popcorn buckets. And then, we're sold out. They're gone. Like, and it takes me back to the 90s when it was the toy collecting craze. And so people would be buying toys. So what was happening was they had got to a point where stores would say you're only allowed to buy one action figure a piece opposed to buying 20 or 30 because people would buy them and resell them. And it's happened. I think the popcorn bucket thing is the same thing. I'm sure it happens in different states, but in California, when people go to a theater to buy, it's like, and it's premiere and they're sold out. That's absurd. So I guarantee there's people that are in shipping or somebody's getting them and just taking them and stealing them or buying them and tucking them away. And because literally the next day they're on eBay for like $300. So. Oh, Becky says, Cinemark noticed that the popcorn, hey.
Greetings, my fellow phone fanatics. Happy birthday for last week made 0.91 months, 7.5 years watching the Baron of Arch, the Maestro of Making, the Bob Ross of Phone, our friend Mr. Evil Ted Smith.
Oh. Everybody, real quickly, it's a big shout out to my friend Trennis Cosplay, who's a large supporter here on the Twitch stream. Thank you so much, Trennis. Really quickly, Trennis is based out of Australia. He's a phenomenal fabricator. We have known each other for years. I was a big fan of him a long time ago, and we just started talking like we all do. We all become friends. I have friends across the globe. I just wish somebody lived in my neighborhood we could build together. It's crazy. Nobody lives near me. It's insane. Anyway, I digress. Trans, thank you so much, man. I tell you what, I'm going to get out there someday. I want to get out there to Australia, desperately. So Becky goes, Kagato again with his resub. Thank you so much for your continued support, sir. Thank you again. Hey, really quickly, if you guys are seeing this on Twitch, I'm doing my live stream here on YouTube. I'm simulcasting at the same time, but if you have to, like to talk to me and ask me questions, please jump over to YouTube at the Evil Ted channel live. Thank you. Hold on. I was going to finish Becky. A huge at Disney, and they were all that this will save the movies. Well, it would if you could get them. That's the thing. There's some kind of hickory because people love the popcorn bucket thing. It's become a collector item, but you got to have them in stock, and they never order enough. Like, granted, a theater can't. They don't have a big warehouse storing things, but there's something hinky going on when you go to a movie and there's all these different theaters have different style buckets and nobody got anything. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm sure in different cities are different things, but I saw this alien one. I was like, oh, I'd like to get that. And I told my friend, hey, man, when you're at the theater, buy me one too. And he got there and went, they're sold out. I'm like, how's that possible?
Howdy, it's been a while.
Yes, I'll say Weird Sister Creative, everybody. Weird Sister Creative is a friend of mine, also on Twitch. Definitely give them a follow up here on Twitch right now. I'm simulcasting on YouTube as well. Weird Sister, thank you for joining us today. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, employees are taking. Yeah, totally. I totally agree. They're not. They're. But everything's so new and nobody's putting any regulations on it or anything.
Hype train.
Going ape costume. Thank you so much, Becky. Thank you. Yeah, I think what is happening is it's happened with the toy market in the '90s. It's unregulated, and they don't realize how many people are just taking shit and selling them on eBay. It's the same with Ticketmaster and concerts. People get there and they buy up. These guys swoop in. These rich guys buy these like box seats and front row seats, and they just put them on eBay, or they sell them. You know, that's what they do. And there's really no way to combat it, and that's why I like that Billy Joel tells a great story where he keeps all those tickets. He buys the front row tickets. He gets those and he has them all and he buys them and keeps them. So every time they go to a concert, he gets all the fans, all the hardcore fans that have box seats, like people up in the nosebleed seats. He sends the guys out and grabs them and puts them in the front row. He's like, yeah, because those are the true fans. He's like, you don't want these rich people in the front who don't give a shit. I think, what a great idea. Anyway, that's awesome. Hey, you want an alien bucket, Ted? I didn't want to travel 90 minutes bus. Dude, any alien thing you could get. I want. I swear something fell. Hey, thank you so much, Kevin, for the let's let the dogs out. Thank you so much, Kevin. Anybody is going to an alien movie. I wanted any alien bucket with a head, or the face hugger, or the tube. I know they're expensive. I think they're like $40 or $50. What are they charging for them? If anybody get me an alien bucket, alien Romulus bucket, popcorn bucket, I will pay you back. Because I just wanted one because I love Alien. I thought because I have a collection of stuff, it'd be nice to have one. Because I'm old, I'm not going to go to the premiere because it's expensive. It's a madhouse, so I'd like to go. But yeah, if anybody can get me an alien bucket, I will pay you back. If anybody's in a local theater, and you guys get access to one. There's so many different types. There's a small. I don't want the little coffee. I don't want the drink cups. I've seen the drink cups. I want a bucket. Like the face hugger cylinder thing would be cool. Doesn't matter. Whatever you guys can get me, a head, alien head, or a face hugger or something, all cool. It says start recording. I haven't started recording yet. Hold on really quickly. I have too much crap. Becky, I know. I have room for it. I just wanted one. Hey, Toyota Echo, good morning. Hey, Krem. Yeah, guys, if I can give me I will, Becky. Once I start building, I got the mouse pad right in to start recording. I haven't started recording yet because I'm babbling. Once we start building, but really quickly, let's talk Deadpool. I like Deadpool for different reasons. The Deadpool was just fun and silly, and honestly, it's not as good as the first two. The first two are great. The first two Deadpools are good. Third one, it's all right. It's mostly just a lot of fan service. But the one thing that came out of it was, no spoiler, you guys haven't seen it, you're screwed, because I'm going to talk about it, is Blade's in it. And this is what I like about that, is that Ryan Reynolds showed Disney that you guys are trying to remake a Blade movie, and nobody wants it without Wesley Snipes. Like, granted, Wesley Snipes says, oh, hey, Kevin, thank you so much. Oh, for the $5 donation. Woo, super chat. Thank you. And he did it earlier, but it's a bit slow. He got screwed. I know the whole they made an example. The IRS made an example of him because he didn't pay his taxes. So I think it was kind of bullshit what they did to him because, like, well, you didn't pay your taxes, so what we're gonna do is put you in jail. Like, why don't you just let him keep working to pay his taxes? It was a whole shame thing. They just wanted to make an example of him, and I don't think it was him. I think it was his tax guys. But anyway, long story short, Ryan Reynolds said they should do a Blade closer, like they did with Logan, even though they brought him back. But to do a nice Logan movie, I mean, a nice Blade movie where he gets to have his one more Blade movie, and then he dies, and they can do something new, a new resurrection or something like that. But let him, because people loved him. When he came on screen, the crowd lost their minds because it's Blade. He's the first Marvel movie that was successful. So, oh no, don't get me wrong. It's fun. It's cameo, but as a movie, as a whole, story-wise, storytelling, and it's a mess. It's funny and it's a mess. Old Blade is awesome. Wesley Snipes. Let him do one. Let him do one more, and he's done. Yeah. Oh my goodness. And I know that Ryan it was a great interview with Wesley Snipes. Like, he got a phone call from Ryan Reynolds. He's like, "What?" And he's like, "Dude," he goes, "if you guys can make it happen," he goes, "I'm available if you want to do it." Because Ryan asked him, "If we do this, would you be up to it?" And he's like, "Yeah, I totally would." So it was great that he did it. So anyway, it just goes to show you, and the movie's making billions of dollars, and it made Disney eat crow because Ryan Reynolds fought tooth and nail to get his film the way he wanted it, and he had to fight. Oh, dude, Gambit, right? Dude, Gambit. Yeah, they need, and again, they haven't done a Gambit movie, and they could do one, but Ryan's showing them. They could do it. Oh, sorry guys. Voicemail. Okay, sorry guys. I forgot my ringer off. Let's put my phone in sleep mode, shall we? Sleep mode. There you go. Okay, got it. Alright, so it won't ring again. Whew. But anyway, I'm excited about the Alien Romulus. There's a couple things that made me cringe a little bit, but I think Disney still owns it. And even though the guy who directed it, when you have bigger higher ups, and studio people, I always liked at the point where they have so much power, but the one thing they don't have is creativity, and they're not filmmakers by any way, or smart. They're just producers. Okay. Anyway, let's get down to business, shall we? Let's do this. Why is it Boeing? Dang it. It shouldn't go. It should straighten this one out. Sorry, I'm going to straighten this film out a little bit. Alright, let's go. Let's adjust our camera. Get the microphone in the way. Get ready to press the record button. Get my camera view of my family here. All right. Husband does have nice meat. Nice, Becky. Nice. Okay. Overhead cam. Let's get it set up. All right, here we go. This, get that. All right. want Spectrum. Okay, got a call him. You're right, Becky. Hit record. Start recording. Okay, we have our patterns 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the circle for the earpiece. Let's go ahead and trace these onto some white 10 millimeter EVA foam. Ooh, it's going to blow out the video a little bit. All right. Let me get my Sharpie. There we go. Hold on, guys. Let me think about something. Hold on. Let me do something different here. Now I'm thinking about it. It's something I want to cover here. Let's try again. Let's do a take 2 on that real quick. Take 2. Okay, here are the patterns for the Megaman X helmet. These are very similar to the Megaman helmet themselves, but there's some additional details in these patterns, as you guys can see right here. This little line here we did cut out in the pattern. This is a scribe line detail. And we have this on the helmet as well too. So when we trace in this, registration marks, be sure to get these lines in as well. And so what we're going to do, we're going to start with part 1. And we'll be tracing these onto Cosplay Pro's 10 millimeter white EVA foam. And this is being the left. We're going to trace this and flip it for the right. I got my Sharpie. Yeah, let's see. Okay. When tracing, I always like to stabilize the pattern with my 1, 2, 3 blocks. Trace the outside edge. Get those registration marks. Get our line detail. There you go, like that. Now we flip it for the right. And I always like to go ahead and label the left so I don't get confused. There you go. I know you guys are thinking, normally, Ted, you have these cut ahead of time, and I do usually, but I've been thinking about this, and that I know a lot of people out there like to see me take you through the entire process. And there's some builds, they're so elaborate that I go ahead and cut ahead. But since this is the Mega Man, this is pretty simple of a build, so I want to go ahead and incorporate the tracing onto the foam and cutting everything out so you guys can see. So I can cover the whole cutting process as well. That's right. And this is number 3. This is the top of the helmet. Now on this pattern, when we go to cut it, sorry. On this piece, when we cut it, it's going to get a hard bevel cut. So I'm just going to trace this. Get the notches on the side. Number 3. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just readjusting some stuff here. Make it better. There we go. All right, let's move on to the side of the helmet. Like that there. I'm just trying to think of the best way to get in here. Okay, there you go. Just like that. Get my blocks, hold it in place. Now on this pattern, I'll show you guys really quickly. There's some detail on the front here, detail on the back, and this line too. You gotta make sure you cut this all out of the pattern. So you can transfer this onto our foam. Okay, let me go ahead and take this off. This is a left. Make the right. There we go. Of course, label that one right. twist my camera a little bit, make it square. Okay. And for number 4, we're going to be using some 4mm white EVA foam. We're going to trace this. Kind of like that. And let's get the outside first, the edge. What the hell is that? Tape or something? What is that? Go ahead and cut out our little detailed pieces here. Trace those. And again, just 2 of these, so we don't have to do any right or left. Just they're both symmetrical. Let's see. Save the foam. We just do this, just like that. Sorry guys, can go around that. Oops. All right, like that. All right. So let's go ahead and start cutting. Hold on for a second. Get a knife. Where's my knife? My knife. So you guys got zoned out there for a little bit. It's so funny. I grabbed a blade, put a brand new blade in it, and now where the heck is it? Hold on. It's ridiculous, Ted. Hey guys, really quickly, let's catch up and chat really fast. Take time to sip my coffee. Ted doesn't have a build video for this already. Oh, I do. Gundam. It's a Megaman helmet, but this is the Megaman X helmet, which is, it's not much different really. It's one of those things where what's interesting is that I debated about it because I'm like, to me as a fabricator, it's not difficult to take the pre-existing Mega Man helmet, just make it into a Mega. You just change the angles up a little bit and make it. But some people just like are like, hey man, can you just make that? Like, I can, but you guys could do that yourself. But I figured if somebody wants to buy it, I should make it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I was like, well, screw it. Why fight it? Just make it. They want it, make it. So, let me make some room here real quick. So I get a little cluttered here. What was I? That's right. Yeah, cut these guys out, but I'm gonna cut these. Oh. Sorry. All right, before we start cutting these guys out, we're going to talk about, this is number 5. Again, these are just circles we're going to make for the ear domes on the Megaman X helmet. And how we go about doing those, I have an acrylic dome. There's actually, it's about 3¼ inch wide is an acrylic dome. What we do, we're going to heat this up and then push that in to make these. And what you do is you just trace the dome on the foam the same diameter. So again, if you guys don't have an acrylic dome, you can go out and just find like a little bowl or something. Just something that's got a nice curve into it, so when you heat up, you can push in there and shape it. So, since we have this, let's go ahead and start cutting. And since this guy's right here in front of us, let's cut this out first. And there's a lot of tight corners on this, so I'm going to use my craft knife to cut these guys out. But let's go ahead and separate these really quick here. Oh, careful, Ted. All right. So the edges are square. I like to keep them square, line it up. Now when you're doing, I always cut on the inside of the Sharpie line, because that's where the pattern, that's the true pattern is. So the Sharpie is the outside of the pattern. So you want to cut on that inside line of the Sharpie. Like that. Usually with foam it's not that big of an issue, but I always like to get in the habit of doing that. So, and now we just follow the line. I go, and then outside, same drill. As you can see, of course, we're cutting this at 90 degrees, straight up and down. All right, nice. It's a little bigger. There you go. Hi, Neil. How you doing, buddy? All right. Now again, when I'm cutting, when I have this blade, I like make sure I'm touching this tip is touching the mat. That's how you get a guaranteed cut. You want to make sure things get nice and clean when I'm cutting. Make sure that tip is touching the table. And you kind of tilt the blade and let the blade do the work. I notice I'm not going fast. I'm going really nice and slow to stay on the line, you know. Keeping track of where I've been. Keep going nice and slow. See? Wow, nice and clean. This is getting a little dull already, so hold on. Sharpen it real quick. With X-Acto blades, I usually replace them, so before I do it, I'm just get one more cut on this guy. This is my Crenshaw sharpener. If you haven't got one of these, I have a link for this below. There we go. Okay. Okay, we got 4 and 5 cut out. Let's go ahead and move on to move it up. Part 1 and 3. Let's go ahead and cut these guys out. Now on these top pieces, these are 90. I'm going to cut these out. So let's go ahead and separate them first. Yeah. So now, where the edges are straight, I like to take advantage of that and always use a straight edge. You can freehand it, but you just can't beat a straight edge. See, it's like that. Same back here. All right, now when you're cutting, make sure the blade, when you're watching it, it doesn't twist or turn. You want to keep it upright. So I kind of stand on the table, lean over it, keep the blade again. The blade is touching the mat. Straight 90 coming down. Stand on the Sharpie line. You got to turn. And as I'm doing this, I make sure that blade stays upright at all times when you're cutting. Don't let it turn on you. Straight up and down. All right. There we go. That's the left. Cut out right. Oops. Okay. All right. Same drill as before, upright. All right. Now we're moving on to number 3. This is the top trim of the helmet, and this is going to be a beveled cut. So what I'm going to do, get a little clean here. Just clean up this mess a little bit so I can move around here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start from the front. This blade is nice and sharp. I'm going to pick my angle and just be consistent and stay on the line. Here we go, like this. That. Step back here. And again, I'm just kind of trying to match the angle I think I had on the other side. So, yes, I'm just freehanding this. It just comes with practice. Ooh, that's nice. There you go. On this guy too, let's go ahead. Let's do a bevel on that too. Why not, right? All right, there's our piece. Excellent. Oh my God, really quickly, foam scraps going everywhere. So let me take this opportunity to stop for a second and clean up. There's pieces of foam I keep, and after a while, you have to throw them out. You can keep some big pieces. If they're bigger, about big as your hand, you keep them. Anything smaller than that, I throw them out because I used to keep them, and then my house started overflowing with foam scraps. So I got to just throw some stuff away real quick here. All right. Yeah. All right. Whew. Catch up with chat really quickly. Hey, modifier. Good morning, dude. Yeah. I'm going to send you pictures today of the pattern. It's It's basically Mega Man helmet, which you already have. I'll send you pictures and you'll see it and like, oh, it's just a couple of line changes, a couple things, and earpiece. I'll send it to you. And there's some stuff that I know is a little off balance that you could probably fix up for me. But other than that, though, it's the same thing, really. There's not much change. I will send you pictures of the actual patterns themselves so you could do it. Everybody, like, quickly, guys, John the Modifier, who's in chat, who's the gentleman who takes... Corpse skin. Hey guys, really quickly. Thank you for the subscription, Corpse skin. On Twitch, guys, thank you so much, Corpse skin. Again, really quickly, I'm simulcasting right now on YouTube and Twitch. But my chat is open on YouTube. So you guys are watching me on Twitch, thank you so much for your support. If you do want to come and join the conversation or ask any questions, pop over here on YouTube channel Evil Ted Live. Or Evil Ted channel on Evil Ted Live. That'd be great. Hop on over and say hi. I'd love to see you. Thank you, Corpse Skin. Thank you so much for your subscription and your continued support. All right. Let's cut these guys out now. What part is that? Part 2? Yeah, 1 or 2. Okay, we got part 2, right and left. Let's go and cut these guys out. Same drill. We're going to do these guys at 90. And again, cut off the excess. Yes, this is a good piece of foam. I'm keeping this. All right. Again, where there's a straight edge, I like using a straight edge. Now, hold on, because I want this line and the inside of the face thing to be clean, so let's do that. All right. Let's do that again. Because what I'm doing is this corner is it's going to be facing forward. I don't make it nice and clean, so I'm cutting in on it so I don't overlap too much. I want to keep it nice and clean. So like this, come in straight, cutting the mat, come in, and when you get this close, you stop. Raise it up and very carefully see, again, still got a little shoot up there, but not too bad. Clean corner. Okay. Do the same thing on this guy. There we go, much better. All right. Yeah, that's a little bit cleaner on this corner right here. It's going to be the part that's facing forward, so I'm more concerned about that. Now we got this. Let's go ahead and cut out the rest. Now, cutting a curve The trick is these blades are pretty wide, so when you're cutting a curve, when you're cutting on the surface, don't go low, you want to go high. It makes it easier. So for example, once we start, I start low like this, get the blade starting, and you bring the blade up high like this, which allows you to get a better radius on the curve. So keep the blade up, all right, just like that, and follow that line. And again, no rush, take your time, go nice and slow. That yeah, I always gotta pay attention to when you're doing this. Yep, all right. Round 2. All right, got our parts 2 done. Okay, so really quickly, yeah, the reason I usually like using 8mm foam, but it's black, and I want it to be white. I like wearing the white foam. I have a bunch of it, and I got 10mm foam. This is how I got started. It's a little thick than normally. I mean, you can take this pattern and use thinner foam, but I got it because Dude, where are you buying your foam these days? It's Cosplay Pros. Becky. I forgot. He said he got it. It's Cosplay Pros. Becky, please grab the link in my chat. Can you throw a link here? I don't know if you can do that. Hey guys, really quickly, go to my website eviltedsmith.com, and the supply list. I have it on supplies. I can't find them out here. Just go to my website, eviltedsmith.com, click on the link. And the reason I ask you to click on that link is if you guys click on the link and buy foam, I get kickback for that. So again, that's how everything keeps the machine going. Sponsorship, supporting each other. So if you buy the foam, please buy through my link, because I have an affiliate link set up with those guys, much like Amazon. So if you buy the foam through my link, I get kickback for that again. So thank you so much. Please do that. It'd be great. Yeah, let me get to the part where we have to heat shape everything now. Let me see. You know, I thought I replaced that. It's it's on the website. I know. I think I gave it to Pete. I thought he did that already. You still have the TNT icon on your supply site. There's the icon, but I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, it's oh my god, really? So, but on my website where it says Cosplay Pros. Yeah, click on goes to my supply list. Click on Cosplay Pros. You still have the TNT logo on your supply list. Supply site. On my supply site. Yeah, I'll go through that, Becky. Thanks. I gave Pete that link ages ago. Yeah, thanks, Becky. Let me hold on. Let me make a note of this really quick, guys, because I could have sworn I saw that too, and it bothered me. I gave it to Pete to do that. And this could have slipped through the cracks. Hold on. That's how it goes. Because we did it ages ago. That was the first thing I wanted to do once the TNT was gone. Much props. What? Much props. Is much props here? Hey, much props. He's right. I missed it. I didn't see you, buddy. How you doing? Hey, Ted. How's it going? Just done moving and saw one of my favorite YouTubers on live stream. Dude, you're one of my favorite YouTubers. Really quickly, guys, if you do not know Much Props, he is awesome. He's in chat right now. Click on him. Give him a follow. Really quickly, Much Props. You did something I always wanted to do, and I was too intimidated by it, and you did it, and it really inspired me to do it now. You made the fusion core from Fallout, the big fusion core battery supply, and you just, no fear, you just jumped in there and knocked it out, and it looks great. So I want to make one. I watched your video, I'm like, dang, that's such a great idea, because I love that power, just the iconic symbol of that giant battery, and I love they did it in the show, the Fallout series, that I saw it, and I want one too. So I eventually want to make one for myself just to put on my shelf. So when people come over and go, hey, is that a fusion core? Yeah. But I want to make one myself. But well done, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to start heat curling right now. Yeah, we're doing a Megaman helmet. We're doing a Megaman X, which is kind of the same thing, but more geometric looking. All right. Let's go to overhead real quickly here. Okay, we have all our foam pieces cut out. So the next thing we want to do, before we assemble, is we want to heat curl it all. Now this is a little thick, so you definitely want to put some, when I heat it, I'm just going to put a little bit of a bend this way, a little curl, and these guys too. So I just find that when you're putting the whole thing together, it's a lot easier to have a curl to them. So let's do that. Let's get my heat board. The heat board is a great try again. Here is my heat board. The reason I use this is because when you apply heat to your table, this helps absorb the heat so you don't warp your cutting mat, and this helps not damage your table. get a curl to it, just like this. All right. That's the right. To the left. Let's pull my curl. All right, good, good, good. All right. Now we do the right and left sides. Let me see. Let me get a dome here real quick. Let me see my big acrylic dome. Where's that? Hold on, guys. I have a big dome I want to use. Let me find out real quick. All right, to get a nice curl in these, this is my can for my foam scraps. This is my acrylic dome. I like to put on the top of this. Now, if you don't have a dome, you can just use a softball or something round with some masking tape to keep the ball from rolling. But to go and keep it up like this, we're going to heat it up and push the foam on that. All right, this like that, and you just press this guy down, kind of force a curl into it. Doesn't have to be a lot, but it does help just to get that slight curl to it. It's just like this. Nice little curve spot, just like that. Rock it around. Get a curl to it. It doesn't have to be too steep. You just want to get a slight curl to it. So, yeah, just like that. That's it. Perfect. Yeah, just like that. Hey, really quickly, much props. A truly humble that could inspire an absolute legend like you, Ted. I am turned in right now to get motivated for next week's build. Full circle, my friend. Really quickly, much props. There's something you have that I like is that your no fear strategy. You have a real like I'm gonna do this, and you just kind of knock it out really quickly. I have a tendency to overthink things sometimes. I just kind of like I think the perfect example is that fusion core. I wanted to make it, but I got so obsessed well, yeah, and I mean, you can do it. It's just I want everything to be. I get sometimes a little bit over like want things to be too perfect, something like that. And your approach is just knocking it out, like, well, just do this and this and this, and like it's your no fear approach to jumping into something. You just pick it. I'm going to do this, and you do it, and you just record it and you go. And like I always have to overthink things or prep it, and that's what I like about you. You have your lack of fear. I appreciate it as a maker. That's really good. Hey, Jinx, what's up, buddy? Hi, my skelly friends. But thank you so much. Dude, someday, hopefully much props will meet. I'd love to meet you sometime. I know that you still teach, right? You still a teacher, I think, right? Anyway, I'm sorry. I digress. Let's get back to this. Okay, do the right side. All right. Okay, there we go. This is the top of the helmet, and it's very flat, and I want to heat this up, and I want to put a curl in this too. Now, when I mean curl, I want to put a curl more. We're going to go this way, but I also want to bend it like that too in the centers because I want to be able to have it grip the helmet. So I want to just heat it up a little bit more. Band like this, like that. Yep, just like that's what I want. Just like that, bend like that. Yeah, it's what great thing about EVA foam. If you get it hot enough, you can really shape it. So I got this nice little. This will just help it make good contact with the top of the helmet. Get that curl into it. Nice. Okay. Where's my acrylic dome? Hold on. Here. All right, now we're going to heat up. These are our earpieces. So we're going to heat these up. Again, this is, looks like, yeah, this is 6mm foam. Ooh, then you push it in this into an acrylic dome like that, and you just let it cool just there. So I like to push on it while it's still hot with my fingers. Much Pop says 2 weeks back to school with a new group of 7th, 8th graders. Wow, dude, you're a hero in my book. Don't get too hot. You can burn your foam. You're right, Becky. I keep it moving. That's one thing about it. When you're heating, you gotta keep it moving. Hot foam, that's right, Jinx. Hot foam. Hot foam. Hot foam. Whew. Foam does cool quickly. That's one thing that's cool about it. All right, hold on. Overhead. All right, here's my favorite part. You go, ta-da! Look at that. Round 2. Whew. In there, get in, get in there. All right. Not hot enough. Hold on, guys. Wasn't hot enough. Ooh, get in there. Ah. There you go. Yeah, if it starts to buckle on you on the side or something, it's not hot enough. Get it hot enough to where it just slides in there and you push it in place. Now, while it's still hot, I like to push it with my thumb. Get in that surface. All right. Ta-da! Excellent. These guys are done. Let's set them aside. Hey guys, really quickly, 2 things. I need to go downstairs and make more room for coffee. Too hot for hot foam. Takes a special kind of crazy to enjoy them Junior high kiddos. Yes, I guarantee it does. It does take a. Wash your hands, Ted. Only if I do number 2. You have to wash your hands when you're doing number 1. Because it doesn't get that dirty. Trust me. Mmm. Mm. All right. Okay. Let me just get some stuff sorted out really quickly. We got our glue pot right here. Excellent. And we're going to start with these. We're going to start with the 2 pieces. We're going to do the lefts first, right? Okay. Do the darts. That's right. I always like to do the darts first. Let's do the darts first. And then we do the rest. Okay. Hold on, guys. It's all coming together. I'm going to go down. Wash your hands before you go. Oh, the Jim Lynn photos were lifesavers. Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, you barely see it in the show. It's like anything. I'll tell you a funny story. I don't much pop since you're here. I'll tell you a funny story about that. I think I wrote about it on my Instagram. We did the prop first. They're like, oh, it's this big thing where the woman grabs a box and pulls it out and has to assemble it too. And we're like, it's a prop. It's all 3D printed, and we have to sand it and paint it, chrome and all that. And as we're making it, it's a foot, and they're making it for this guy because his foot shut off, and so it's a prop. And as we're building it in the shop, Graham and myself, the 2 prop makers, and a couple of guys were like, don't we have to make one for him to wear? What? They're like, what? We're like, does he have to wear it? They're like, no, it's just a prop. It's just a prop. They kept saying, it's just a prop. No, we got it. It's a prop. But somewhere in the show, does he not wear it? Do we need to make a rubber one or a stunt one? Sure enough, they just keep, prop. We're like, fine. So we go ahead and we just make the prop. Sure enough, the week it goes out, they're like, oh shit, they need a rubber one for him to wear. We're like, did we not have this conversation? Did we, by us asking you, you should have asked them? But no. That's what we do in the prop world. Nobody asks questions. We just move forward. So sure enough, they call back and go, so we had to frantically, they 3D printed another one, and the one we made a mold of really quickly, a quick brick mold, and we did a urethane, and it was so hard, the way it was designed was designed to be a prop. You could barely get a foot in there. So you had to like grind a tennis shoe to get it inside there. And I think we ended up making just 2. We just made 2 of them really quick. And luckily, we watched the movie, and when we only made it, we're like, oh, okay. Luckily, he doesn't wear it long because he gets killed in it. So, but yeah, ridiculous. It was such a frantic rush. So while we were doing it, I was there, and I was able to get photographs of it and stuff. Yeah, it's so quick in the show. It's when we made it, we knew, like, we made a boot. We just made one. We made a boot and a shoe, and we're like, do we need to make more? And like, no, we just need one. And so when we made one boot and one shoe for him to wear, we realized, oh, he must not live very long. So when I saw the show, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what happens. But they have a green light on Fallout 2, the series. Sorry, Fallout 4. Well, anyway, just Fallout. They're doing a second season, and the prop house I was working at got the job to do props for it. I mean, some of them. The show is so huge, there's no way you can do... When you have a show of that scale, of that level, I tell you how it works, guys. There's multiple prop shops. And so now the show's finding out they have different shops. Like, I know Legacy's doing the battle armor and this and that. So there's so much to be built at such a quick span of time. You have multiple shops working on different things. So it's funny because, yeah, in the show, there's a couple of shots where they did some CG, because when you see him walking, it's a foot, it's a shoe, it's a kind of distant shot. But any close-ups on the show, they digitally make it really thin around the ankle Like a robot foot? Yeah. I don't know, Becky. They might. If they shoot more pickups and stuff. Because they got a green light for the second season. So. Yeah, they're but I'm just excited they're doing it. It's the best show Amazon has. All right, guys, really quickly, I got to do this really fast. I'll be right back. So, please stand by. Oh, wrong button. Okay, I'm back. Let's skip down to business. Okay, we're going to start doing some gluing. I always like to start with the darts first. We have back here on the helmet. These are the darts. I'm going to glue these guys first. Apply contact cement. Oh, dang it. See, I did it again. I put too much thinner in my glue. Yeah. Hold on, let me get a little bit more glue here. Add to my pot. There we go. Good, good, good. All right. And what I like to do is I like to apply glue to both our sides like this. And then you take a piece of scrap foam and you smear it down the nooks and crannies like that, because your brush won't be able to get in there. So you just take a piece of scrap foam. Yeah, just like that. Perfect. So there we go. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, let those dry. So while these guys are drying, let's go ahead and set these aside for a moment. And let's start with the right and left. Let's do the inside lip on the helmet on part one. Now when I'm brushing my contact cement on here, I make sure I cover the entire 10mm surface. You want to make sure you have good contact on that. So I'm brushing a thin coat. There we go. Okay, let that dry. I have a little blower built in my desk, so when I'm doing with contact cement, it shoots air across my table so I don't breathe the fumes, because it's got a high vapor content on contact cement. Tell you Productions needs to hit me up. I have a treasure trove of Fallout props laying around that can find some back. You know what's so funny, Much Props? Apparently, in the show, when you see a decimated Assaultron in the desert, that was a cosplayer's costume. And I think it was smart of them to go, hey, because the TV, when they shoot a TV schedule, they have some things they plan on, but like just a quick shot of something in the desert, they're like, hey, they thought of something like, hey, wouldn't it be cool? And again, it's just not in the budget. They're like, and so they probably just reached out to the fans and, hey, is there a decent Assaultron costume we could borrow? And somebody went nuts and they let them borrow a Assaultron. They dressed up in the desert and it worked great. I think somebody posted a picture of it, but yeah, it was some cosplayers' Assaultron costume in the desert for the shot. And again, I just love the nods that like they're setting, like you saw a Deathclaw skull. They're very smart. They're setting things up to where it may not be in this show, but maybe down the road. I got my fingers crossed for Super Mutants. They should, when the guy was escaping the lab with his dog, they're experimenting with the Super Mutants. You can see the hand of a Super Mutant. Hey Becky, when they showed there's a scene where they're in that abandoned town or neighborhood. There's these buildings that have been abandoned, and the desert just filled them up with sand. And I was telling some friends, like, that's a location. That wasn't a set. That wasn't something they built. That's actually a location. And I knew they shot all over the place. But was that near you too, where they had the like these buildings that were just filled in with sand? Because if you live in a desert and you don't live there, sand will overtake it. So people live there, have to shovel. Yeah, that was the old World War II air base. Ah, excellent. Yeah, it's a great location because the desert just took over it. So when they got on location, they're like, oh my God, we got to shoot here. So I love that they shot scenes inside those areas with the windows just filled in with sand. Because if you don't maintain it or clean up or blow or sweep, the desert will take over. Yeah, they're partially covered. Nice. Very cool. It's a great scene. Okay, set these guys aside. Let's check our darts here. Let's go ahead and line them up. edge to edge, just like this. Push, push, push. All right. Now when I'm doing this, I'm always making sure I touch the top edge first, so there makes it less of a seam. Right, like that. Now that we got them, let's go ahead and do the outside edge. All right, somebody can tell you right now, the consistency of this glue is relatively thin. So when it's this thin, I always apply 2 coats. If your glue is new, it's always on the thin side, so you always probably end up doing 2 coats. Over time, the glue does get thicker, and you can get away with just doing 1 coat. But when it's this thin, I definitely I'm going to have to do 2 coats on this, because this is a 10 millimeter foam. And it's going to put a lot of stress on the seams when you glue it together, so you want to make sure the glue is nice and strong. And the best way to guarantee that is to put 2 coats. So that, let's apply a second coat to the inner ring here again. Right. Round 2 on this one too. Fantastic. Okay, go let that dry. Okay. If you see Con Air, I tell you what, Beck, if I ever get out to your area again, I'd love to see some stuff. I always much pride goes, hey Ted, have you ever thought about writing a book about your industry knowledge? That's why I do YouTube. I can't write. I'm dyslexic. I'm borderline illiterate. It's like I get by. I can get it a little bit ahead of certain things, but writing a book is something not. But the one thing I can do is make videos, and the video is archived. As long as YouTube is up and running strong, I'll keep doing this. But no, I've never thought about doing a book. It's what's so funny, much props, is that every time I've gotten books or thought about doing certain things, we all have our own way. I think most of my knowledge I learned is from being in the pits, like in the trenches, on sets and stuff, and you just kind of improvise and pull and like, oh, that's a great idea. I just kind of learn things really quickly, and I like that people have taken what I've taught them and they embellish on it. They come up with even more techniques. But when you talk about books, my favorite book. Hold on. It's a cosplayer's ultimate guide to EV foam design, patterns, and create. Level up your cosplay. This is Beverly Downey's. This is my dear friend. She found my videos and went nuts and took it and kept going and kept going. And when she put this book out and she wrote to me, said, "Hey, can I do a little thing on you?" I'm saying, "Yeah, totally." But she really covered the bases, and like her and her husband's a photographer, and the level of detail and the work she put in this book, and having a full-time job, and doing this and scheduling stuff, it's remarkable. It's absolutely remarkable. I don't know how she did it, but it's one of my favorite books. I've read a lot of books, and that's what stopped me from doing the books, is because when I saw Bill Duran's and Kamui Cosplays, it's like my book, everything they talk about would not be any different than theirs. It's like it's just me repeating what they do. There might be some little changes, things certain here and there, but you guys, please go to Amazon, my Amazon link, please. If you're going to do this, please go to my Amazon link. Click on my Amazon link and pick this up. This is such a, I think I have a link for it too on my website, but this is such a great book. It's so good. Much further, I've kicked around the idea while I was in my head overthinking of a Duran Kamui cosplay. Making quick stop and random channel to make their day just a little better. I think this looks good. How are we looking? All right. Let's do one more coat on the outside helmet real quick. Let's do a thin... Did I do 2 coats on this outside of the helmet? No, I just did 1. Let me do one more thin coat on the outside edges real fast, and then let that dry, and then we'll be ready to go. Because what is the foam, when you brush on the EVA foam, it kind of soaks in a little bit, but with the high quality foam, like Cosplay Pros, it doesn't sink in that much, but just want a little bit more of extra oomph to it. 2 coats. This glue's a little on the thin side. Mm-hmm. All right. Got it. Okay. Excellent. Let that dry. Oh my God, it's almost 11 o'clock. I guess we'll start with getting the helmet together. Might go a little longer, like 11:30. I'm gonna get this glued together. But I promise you, what I don't get done today, we'll definitely do next, because it's my YouTube's thing, so we'll back and forth. Yeah, but much props. I'm definitely gonna go back and watch your Fusion Core video, because I'd like to make one for myself. I definitely want to make one. The boomsticks. I love supporting other fellow makers, and I'm unintentionally buying up. There's side projects, receive streams, snatch up silicone molds and put them out. Yeah, you know, some of them, the silicone molds, it's so funny. I had a friend, my friend Desert Rose, and I'm like, do you have a set of my molds? She's like, what? I didn't know you had molds. Like, you know, they came and left. For like 2 years, they came and left. But I gave her a set. I gave her a complete set, and I realized that I wanted to keep a full set, because I've been wheeling dealing with Adam Savage. We've been trying to schedule a day where I can come out to his shop and we could shoot a video. We just don't know what we're gonna do yet, but he's always so busy. But I wanted to get, and I realized that when I gave her stuff, I don't have a complete set anymore. A couple of the tech molds I don't have anymore, so they're gone. Like, oh shit! So I have to, and I found out you can buy them on eBay. So I have to buy my own molds from somebody else on eBay. Yeah, crazy. All right, how are we looking here? All right, let's do this, shall we? All right. Okay, we got the 2 coats of contact cement on our pieces here. Let's go ahead and start with the right. Now, when gluing things together, I really focus on the top edge first and keep an eye on your registration marks. Get the right here on the edge, touching like this. Get that top edge first. You press, work your way down, following the edge. Keep it nice and flush, like that. See? Don't let it get away from you. Keep lined up. Come on, line up, line up. Got it? Mm-hmm. Oops, sorry, I just can't. See? Now, when this does this, sometimes that just means the glue's a little fresh. Don't panic. Just go back and push. Yeah, because I just got a little impatient. So, keep pushing. Line it up. Edge to edge, nice seams, nice seams. All right. Now, when I do this, I go back through and I push. Make sure it has good contact, having that edge touch, 10 millimeter touch against each other. All right. Okay, that's the right side. Do the same thing on our left. Line up that edge. Again, touching the top edge first. And keeping an eye on those registration marks. All right, keep going. Like that. Top edge to top edge. Like that. There we go. Now again, same thing, push, make sure you're good contact. Excellent. Okay, now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to paint the inside lip. We're going to do 2 thin coats with contact cement. All right, good, good, good. Get that 1 thin coat. Same thing on this side. it never fails. Every time I try to thin down my glue, I always just add a little bit. Oh, just a little bit more, and I always make it too thin. So my glue is almost perfect consistency, and I always add the thinner, and I always add too much. I like this glue, but it's almost like a little bit like Elmer's glue, but not as thick as Elmer's glue, but just a little thicker. But it's that perfect brush threshold. Let me speed this up a little bit, shall we? Hey, really quickly, what's that? Nort Dambert says, I love watching different makers' thought processes and approach to how they make something. Been frustrating when my personal projects don't seem to match up with available experience for people. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I had the same. When I first started off doing foam cosplay and crafting, like, I made stuff and it was always hit and miss, where things would look like one would be better and the other one would be like, And I finally realized it was registration marks. I worked with these guys on a commercial, and this guy was making patterns. He made these registration marks. And I'm like, and then when I watched him do it, my head went, mine was blown. I'm like, oh crap, that's how. Of course you need registration marks, and of course they do it in the fabric world, but I didn't know about that as a cosplayer or a maker. Well, I was a fabricator, a foam fabricator at the time. When I saw somebody do the registration marks, I'm like, oh my god, that's like the missing link to most of my builds. I'd always make shoulder and pieces or helmets on one side would be better and the other would be tweaked, because you were just kind of lining things up manually, but there was no marks to follow. And when you realize registration marks, when you're making the pattern, you make your marks, and when you disassemble it, you know they'll go back together. So yeah. But thank you. Oh, Strap Wolf on Twitch. Hey guys, really quickly, thank you so much. Becky just informed me that Strap Wolf just raided me on Twitch. Again, everybody, thank you so much for the raid and your continuous support. If you guys are watching us on Twitch, again, thank you so much for your continued support. This is a simulcast. I'm streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time, but my chat is open on YouTube because I can't do Twitch and YouTube at the same time. But my friend Becky, Going Ape Costume, is there, so she sees things, she always kind of alerts me what's going on. Again, Becky, I don't know what I'd do without you. Thank you so much. Going Ape Costume. Talk about a surprise, right? Thank you. Guys, thank you for the raid. Thank you. Today we're making a Megaman X helmet, and it's taking a while. It's going to go a little bit over because I want to get the helmet together, and I want to get the top strip piece on, and then we'll stop there. I'm kind of speeding things up with a hair dryer. Let's do one more coat, because the longer it dries, the better. I know that's one of the things I discovered when working with people who are new to cosplay. They grasp the concept of contact cement, because if you're not working in construction, you really don't know what contact. People use it for like laminates and wood tables and things, but contact cement, when I was first exposed to, like, oh, it's glue that you have to put on and let dry first. Because when you're so used to glue, you put it on and hold it when it's wet, and then when it dries, it sticks. So contact was a bit of a trick to get used to. And so people get introduced to it, or a little intimidated. That's why people love hot glue mostly, because hot glue is pretty easy. There's a little bit of a learning curve on contact cement, but the more you work with it, it will get easier and better. So just don't give up on it yet, as I always like to say. Everything's a little bit of a learning curve, It just, And that being said, I want to learn Inkscape. I have it. I just got to schedule some time to do it. I want to learn it so bad. I want to be able to make files, laser files that cut foam, so I can make detailed patterns and things for costumes and props. Right. All right. That's the second coat. While the glue is drying on the edges, I'm going to go ahead on my number 3. I'm going to apply glue on the inside just to get a jump on it. There. I'm probably been going the hard way and making laser cut files using a core drawing, but use what is available. Yeah, Inkscape it's free. I got it, and people say it's very much like Photoshop. I'm like, I don't know Photoshop. I don't know anything. Like, I need to learn this stuff because it's like things that would benefit me in my business. I'm an old dog, and I get a little intimidated about learning. It's just, my thing is dedicating the time to learn something, and I know it's beneficial. I just got to learn it. I just got to teach myself. My friend Eddie's like, oh yeah, I'll teach you. I'm like, dude, he doesn't. That guy doesn't have any spare time to do anything. I dabble a little in the laser cutting and just SketchUp stuff in Microsoft Paint and convert. Yeah, and again, you guys I don't have any skills in drawing files at all. I'm starting from ground zero. So if I do this stuff, people are like, oh, it's just, you don't Photoshop, right? I'm like, no, I don't. Like, oh, it's just like Photoshop. Like, I know, I don't do Photoshop. So I gotta start from the bottom. I need to, Becky. Becky? Really? Do you? Do you really need to learn a 3D model? Really? Do you? All right. Yeah, I know, Dane. Me too. That's all I know how to do. All right, here we go. Okay, we got our 2 thin layers of contact cement on here dry. Start with the front half. Line it up. Top edge, top edge. Now again, try to keep the seam as good as we can, but there's a piece that's going to go on the top of this. So if you get a little off, don't beat yourself up because it's going to get covered anyway. So, but practice makes perfect. Now, when I'm doing this, you see I have the helmet on the table and I'm pushing down the table and using that as I push them together. This stuff I've learned over the years doing this. Like that. Pushing down the table. And keeping my thumb on the edge of the seams so they're lining up. A bit of a flat plane right here. Line it up. Oops. It's coming together really well, and that's because I took the time to do the 2 coats of glue. Because let it dry, get a good grip on it. Nice. Come around to the back side, same thing. Pushing the table, and while you're doing it, you're pushing them together at the same time. That, and again come back through there, line up, line up, line up like this, and there we go. Pow. Look at that. Fantastic. Now you guys can know something really quick. See how the bill comes in, dips in a little bit like this? I want it to stick out a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is we're going to heat this area up. I'm going to bend on it like this. I'm going to take my fingers under here and bend it out like this. I'm going to force it out a little bit because I like that it comes down, but I want it to kick out just a little bit. And just instead of trying to re-engineer the pattern, we're just going to heat it up and bend the foam because that's one thing you can definitely do with EVA foam is shape it. Yeah. You just go like this. Kind of kick it out. Granted, the seam might open up a little bit. That's all right. Don't worry. Just go like this. Kind of push on it. Bring it forward like that. You can always push the seam back together. But bend that foam. Get that foam nice and bent. Like a beak. See? See? Look at that. Much better. There you go. You definitely want to get that sharp beak. See? Megaman's coming along nice. All right. Now we're going to take our... let's just... Here, I haven't decided this yet. I want the beak to be... This peak right here. The last time I did this, I had it a little bit too high up, and I want to keep this a little bit lower, like there. So, got it. But before we do that, I want to show you guys. See these marks here we made? We're going to take a Sharpie and mark the outside edge like that, so you can see them from the side, like this. All right, and do the same thing here. So get a middle square. Just lay this up for a second. It's like this. You see, like that, and that, and you connect the lines. At least I hope it's square, right? It seems square. Looks square. Too, let's get that. Where's the flexible ruler? There you go. Get that curve. Huh? Hold on, get that curve I want. That's it, right there. There we go. So let's go ahead and go. Let's do 2 inches. That looks right. Let's do 2 inches. All right, that's 2 inches from the front, from here. And this guy will get wrapped down like this, right down the center. Like that. And we're just going to do a little. I just do a little Sharpie line so I get a general idea where everything's going to fall, so I know where to put my glue. Okay. Before we glue this, let's back this camera up so I guess try again. Let's clear this table off a little bit. Hold on, guys. Let me clean up my mess for a second. Okay. All right. All right, let's try again. Take 2 from this here. Okay, before we glue this guy on the top, this edge is a little bit harsh. I like it, but I want to soften it just a little bit. So I have my stone bit, and we're just going to knock this edge down just a little bit. You guys can't see this. Like, hold on. I'll get right here. Thank you. Okay. Okay, now apply contact cement to the helmet. To our top here. All right. All right. Good, good, good. Whew. Hi guys, real quickly. Oh, Becky says, Ted, Breeze on Twitch wants to know how you line up the registration marks because they're always go off. And Perfect says you're always so cool. What? Okay, the registration marks are what you make when you make the pattern. Like when I do a foil, I think I covered it a long time ago when I did my helmet video. When you make a pattern from scratch, so using like aluminum foil and duct tape or whatever, and when you make the lines and you draw it, you kind of get an idea. Like I usually do like every inch and a half or 2 inches, you know, in between the spacing, because once you cut it, you got to make sure it all goes back together again. But I hope that answers your question. It's kind of a, because that was the thing I was struggling when I used to make stuff. I would just make the shape and then cut it and glue it together, but then not realizing things weren't lining up precisely. So things would get askew and twisted, and it's like one shoulder piece would be better, and the other one would be, the right one would be crazy, and the left one would be better. Like what? I was like, what's going on? But once I learned about, I know Photoshop. Yes, you do, modifier. I just saw your. I know. I need to learn it. I need to learn. I just want to be able to play it so I can do laser cut file stuff. That's what I want to work on, making my own designs. I have an imagination. I have things in my head I want to do. Instead of trying to tell somebody about it, I like to just be able to draw it out myself. So I just want to learn how to do that. Oh, the pulling and squeezing. Yes. When you start putting stuff on, when you start lining up, you have to, as you line up your first registration mark, start looking ahead. You can kind of see where things are going to line up. And when you see something that's not going to line up, you have to manhandle it and pull and twist it a little bit, because you're trying to take something that's flat. You know, you made something that's curved, the pattern, and now you're taking something in flat foam and trying to make that curve. It's going to fight you in some spots. It's not going to magically fall together. So you have to push and pull, and that just comes from practice. Some people are like, hey man, it's not lining up. I'm like, it's not going to line up. You have to make it line up because you're making it from something that's flat. So understand that. Don't let the foam be the boss. You're the boss. You're the boss when you're building. So foam will try to push and pull where they want it to go, and that's you forcing it to line up is what makes the shape. That's what makes this helmet round. That's what makes this flat piece of foam round now, because you forced it into shape. So yeah, that's why. So just again, practice, people. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get. Oh no, I don't. SK, yeah, he did his full samurai, yeah. That T-shirt, I'm the boss of foam. Yeah, make it this. this a couple. He's a couple that it makes the Bill and Duran. Like, it's a couple that makes this shirt. I love this shirt. It's such a brilliant idea. I'm so mad I didn't think of this first, because that's true. I'm the boss of foam. I want to make a Godfather of foam shirt. Like, I keep saying that. I keep getting distracted. All right, this is dry enough. Let's do it. All right, we're gonna line this up. Tip of the front right here. There, our mark. And come down nice and slow, making contact. Now, what I do is I come up behind. I have the seam, and the seam helps me know that I'm centered. So when I come down and push it, I can kind of tell, kind of get a general idea where it's going, right? You don't want to get too far off. So you go right down the middle like this. Now I'm pushing stuff back together. See, just kind of going right down the middle, making sure it all lines up. All right, there you go. Now, I go back with my thumb and I push down these edges because there's a little bit of gaps on the side. Just go like this. See? There. Nice, see? Ta-da! Look at that. Looks great. Look at that. Megaman X is coming together. Now, these lines here, guys, you see, these are cut lines. I'm going to show you really quickly here. Let's take this guy, a flexible plastic ruler here. We're going to connect these lines because these are score lines. We're going to add later, but do we want to do that now or do we want to wait? Hold on, let me see. So cut this guy, make sure everything's all stuck. Checking everything else. Looks good, looks good, looks good. All right, since we're in the gluing mode, let's not get ahead of ourselves. We're going to go ahead and go to these guys right here. There's our EP. All right. Okay, since we're still gluing, we have these pieces right here. I don't want to heat these at all. I like these guys a lot. These edges are a little rough. Let's take a stone bit and just clean them up a little bit. I always forget I gotta do this in a different, because you guys can't see what I'm doing. Hold on. Oops, careful. All right, good. Now, what exactly I'm cleaning up is that when you go ahead and use an X-Acto knife and you cut, sometimes you get these little jagged edges sometimes that show up. So you can just take a stone bit and just go back and clean them up. It's quite easy to do. So now, let's go ahead. Let's glue these guys together. And I want to keep these guys square. That's why we're not going to heat these guys up. I like the... When we put them together, it's going to make a nice little clean cone. Those guys dry. Okay, so check it out. So you're knocking stuff over. Megaman X. Yeah, not bad. I like it. Again, it's just the Mega Man helmet, just sharpened. I'm glad you like it, Becky. But yeah, it came together. It looks really nice. I'm really happy with this. What happened was, what started this is I was making this for Aiime LA. I do a giveaway every year. I do a raffle at my booth, and I do 3 items. And I do, I'm making a Mega Man helmet, a Mega Man X, and like a face shield thing I made. And we got those 3 items I'm going to give away. And as I was making the Mega Man X helmet, I was like, you know, I would like to have one for myself. So when I travel, I can have it at my booth. So people go, oh my God, where can you get that? I can sell the pattern at my booth. And so I realized I should just go ahead and make it. And let's go ahead and just make a video. And let's go ahead and make a pattern for my shop. So it's just, let's go ahead and just do it, right? There's other things I'd like to do, but I figure what the hell. Because people, when I do this, people are going to ask me. Let's see here. Can't push some things back together here. Yeah. Okay. Double check it. Hold on, guys, I was doing. I'll see you there. Period. Just send me the address. All right. Oh, hot glue. Where's my hot glue gun? Okay, line it up, just like that, top to bottom, top edge. There, perfect. Now what I mean by square, see this edge? It's nice. If you get any heat to it, it has a tendency to warp. I want to keep this nice and very cone shape. Line up again. I'll tell you what, how I went about making this cone is a website called Template Maker. I'll have a link for that below the video, and you just go ahead and you click on different shapes and cones and things you like. You type in the measurements that you want, and it'll print you one out. I think it only costs like a couple of bucks. You print out and you make something like this. So instead of me trying to make this from scratch, you just go to a website, Template Maker, It's such a great lifesaver. So our next thing we're going to do is these guys go directly behind like this to create this look. Now, back in the old days, I would take I would run some contact cement on this, and sometimes it would stick and warp it. So now I just like doing this with hot glue. I like just laying this guy in here and just run a little bead of hot glue back here on the side. That really holds it in place. So let's go ahead and take our hot glue gun. Our shear bonder cordless hot glue gun. We'll let the hot glue gun heat up, and then we'll yeah, it's going on 11:30. We're almost done, guys. I'm gonna do we'll hot glue these guys on, then we'll stop. Call it, because I have to get going here. Took a little longer than expected because there's a lot of things I want to get into, and I don't want to rush it. Because after this, I want to before we glue these ear things, I want to do the scribe lines and all that stuff. But yeah, let me stop and think about this. Cause I don't want to do stuff and then have to go backwards. Because yeah, once I get these ears done, there's detail pieces I want to stick on too. So yeah, let's hold off on this. Everybody, we'll probably have to pop back here on next Sunday. You and me both. Oh my God, guys, go to my website, eviltedsmith.com. I have it on my. It's called Helpful Links. If you go to my supply list, it's listed in the category called Helpful Links. Template maker. It is the bomb. One time I was doing a stream and I talked about it, and I'll never forget, Going to Costume was like, what is this secret you're holding out on us for? Yeah, and it was like, it's a really great tool. It's a great website. And when I found it, I'm like, it's based in the UK too. It's a British company, but Template Maker, it's a lifesaver. It's such a great thing to have. Template Maker, man, it's the bomb. Oh, I got a bookmark. Thanks, Becky. Yeah. You guys haven't been there. Please go check it out. I have a bookmark on my website too, but it's a great template maker. Is awesome. Let me see. Is it a hot glue gun? Is it hot? It's getting there. A little bit more. Oh, Kathy, it's once you see it, I think it was designed to make gift boxes and things like squares, rectangles, octagons, stuff, but it has a lot of cones and shapes. And if you start looking at what you can do, it just takes the think work out of it for you. It makes things so much simpler. It's great. Yeah, I think it was originally designed to make like boxes and gift boxes and things, but it's a great little tool to have. Yeah, guys, we're just going to hot glue these guys and then we'll call it done. Well, guys, again, thank you so much for joining me today. I thought this would be a fun build, and it is. People are digging it. So, already there's going to be a lot of patching, a lot of gap filler on this one, on the seams. Is it hot enough? All right, here we go. So what I can do is like drop it in center, hold it just like that, make sure it's centered like that. Oops. I need to Need a hot glue stick in here. All right. Perfect. Number 2. Line it up. Oh no, I set it down and gotta, oh, don't do what I do. I said, stop. You gotta set it. I set it down and they started moving around and started falling out. So you gotta kind of hold it till the glue cools. There you go, just like this. Yeah, I'm just going to hold these guys till they cool. I almost had a disaster there, but luckily I saw it. Well, just hold on. I just realized these notch pieces on the side here. These little detail. Is it safe to let go? Okay, I let go now. We have these guys all cut out 2mm foam, and we're going to go ahead and glue these guys on as well. But with this, I think we're going to use some kind. Oh shit! Sorry, that's still hot. Oh my god. It is still yet to cool. Hold on. I am getting impatient. Let these dry first. Okay. All right, now they cooled off. They're safe to set like this. Great. So our next thing is we're going to add some 2mm detail pieces. There's 4 of these on each one. I cut out 8. I think. Double check. 1. Oh wait, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait. I'm missing one. Hold on. Dang it. Hold on, guys. I had 8. I cut 8 this morning. Ugh. I hate when that happens. Hold on. Urge to kill rising. Hold on. It's so maddening because I get up in the morning and prep everything and to make stuff ahead of time so I don't have to do this, and then lo and behold, when it comes to small pieces, you always lose something. Here. All right. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whew. So we're going to go ahead and glue these guys on using some contact cement. Little dab here. So we take these guys and lay on some cardboard like this. This allows you the freedom to kind of just brush like that. So you get the surface, not worrying to get glue on your table, but you're gluing the entire surface. You're gluing down. Oops, no. All right, go ahead and let these guys dry. Woo! We're going to go ahead, let these guys dry. We're going to put these pieces together and we're calling it done. It's a long stream, folks. And I'm still recording, Becky. Yeah, really quickly, guys. SureBonder is a company. I love these guys. They make... what separates them from most hot glue gun companies, I still love my industrial grade 3M hot glue gun for heavy duty stuff, but when you're doing cosplay and stuff, especially gluing foam to foam, these glue sticks are designed to stick to foam really, really well, and it does a great job doing that. I have this guy, and I have the electrical one too, but the one with a cord plugging in, but I use the battery one so much that I very rarely use the electrical one, so always have my battery operated one. It's just easy to have with me. But we're going to, because the earlier Megaman helmets, I would glue things onto it and use contact cement on the earpieces, and they get distorted, and it drove me nuts. I mean, people liked it all, but this edge right here would get a warp. It would get curled, and it would get hit with heat or something like that. It would get damaged, and it would just do this weird. And I always wanted to keep it clean and straight. So I realized these things, I'm going to do all this work on the helmet, and I glue these guys on last because I want to keep them as pristine and clean as possible. And I think they might get a little distorted when you go to glue them on the side, but maybe not. I think it should be, it kind of bows out a little bit, but not too much. But try to do that. Okay. Oh, Frankenstein says, "Hey Ted, I woke up. We'll see the complete clip late." Dude, no worries. Thanks for joining. Thank you. Oh my God, dude, I do too. I cups and bowl. You're right. When I'm making pieces, when I'm doing a job or a project, yes, I do have little cups and bowls. I throw all because you're right. If you don't, you'll just do what I did today, lose pieces. All right, let's try. Let's do this. All right. Line these guys up like that. that. It's got just like that. Oops, wrong side, Ted. It's that, the side with the glue on it, I think. Yeah, look at that. Nice. All right, got that, and all right. Nice. We got these guys done. Let's move on. Everybody, oh, sorry, getting rearranged, all this chaos. Good, everybody, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. We're going to go ahead and get back next week. What I usually do is I'll shoot little short snippets of what I'm working on next. Because sometimes I get ahead of myself. I got to think about what I want to do, because I think I want to do some scribing on the lines on the helmet. Do all that first. Do the patching. I want to patch them and do the scribe lines and then all that stuff, and then I think I stick the ears on last this time around. So pretty much again. Everybody, thank you so much, guys, for hanging out. Much Props, a big shout out to Much Props for hanging out today. He's an awesome fellow maker, guys. If you have not followed Much Props on YouTube, definitely click on him and give him a follow. He's awesome and a great guy, great fabricator, and has a lack of fear when it comes to making stuff. He just jumps in. And everybody, again, you guys, if you're watching this on Twitch, thank you so much for continued support. If you ever want to catch up and chat with me, jump over here on YouTube, the Evil Ted channel on YouTube, and Evil Ted Live on YouTube Live, and catch up on the streams. Everything gets archived here and also gets archived on Twitch. So, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and watching today. And I'm gonna watch Alien Romulus. I got my fingers crossed. I'm not expecting a lot, so therefore, if it's good, I'll be happily surprised. And again, everybody, if you guys do find, you go to Alien Romulus screen, you do get a bucket. If there's buckets there and you get one, buy me one. I will reimburse you. If you get an alien head or a face hugger or alien tube with a face hugger in it, or any of you guys getting Alien Romulus popcorn buckets, because they're selling out and they're just selling them for hundreds of dollars on eBay. So if you do end up getting one, let me know. Contact me. I have my P.O. box on my website. But let me know first, and I will mail it to me, and I will pay you back, because I want to get one. So I'm going to go today, and I guarantee where I'm going to go, they're going to be sold out. So, because that seems to be the trend. Because I'm not seeing. I have friends that go on the premiere and they were gone. So, which I don't know how that's possible. So I'm going to get on my soapbox. Okay, guys, thank you so much, Mr. Smith. Today's lesson for you mentioning the template site. Again, you mentioned it before, but I did not write it down. Oh, enjoy the movie. Yeah, me too. I'll see how it goes. Okay, thinking. Oh, Derek Vision. Hey, dude, thank you so much for hanging out today. Thank you. And again, guys, if you're on Twitch, thank you for following me here. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to wrap this up, and I'll see you back next Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and we'll be finishing up. We'll be doing part 2 on the Megaman X helmet. See you guys soon.